my life. I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me to let it, let it, let it, let it, let it out. I refuse to run and hide. I must let it, let it, let it, let it, let it out. Refuse to run and hide. All the weight is lifted off my shoulders. I will not hold this in any longer. I know you thought that it would kill me, but it has only made.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let It Out. I'm your host, Tobosis Rochester, and I am here with my co-host,
Raphael Jones.
Yes. Welcome. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. And we are on Plug Studio Network. Yes, honey. And if you have any indie music videos, please don't hesitate to send them to submissions, plugstudionetwork.com. Okay? And also, tonight's topic. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to have to share this tonight, okay?
Yes.
Definitely share this tonight. The topic tonight is suicide.
Definitely. It's a strong one tonight.
Yes. And our special guest is not able to tune in tonight with us, so we're going to read something from her tonight that she sent. So we're going to do that.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay, and, so suicide, is very, very serious issue that we've been having, that we continue on having, that we need to really do something about. I'm telling you, I've been there, so I know what it's about. I know what it's about. I was there myself years and years ago, and I had to get myself together. I really did, because it would be selfish of me if I did something like that to myself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I have to be here for, my kids and grandkids, great-grandkids, what have you, and siblings, and parents or what have you. But, so I thank God that I got through that. Good evening, Brenda. I thank God that I got through that, and it took me a while. I'm going to tell you that. It took me a while. They had me on meds or what have you, and stuff like that.
Right.
But I got through it, and I'm just happy that I'm still here to talk about it.
That's great.
Because, you have, and I my thing was I had a purpose to be here to help people let it out.
Definitely.
So I'm happy that I'm here to do that. Have you ever had any issues, or anybody that you know of been through that?
Definitely. I had quite a few people who attempted, and as well as they kind of, I almost had a mistaken suicide by myself.
Hello, D. Nasty.
I had overloaded myself with medication by mistake. It was like my mind went off. I forgot that I took my medication before, took another dose of it, and it took me down.
Oh my gosh.
So when they got me to the hospital, they realized I didn't have enough in my system that would have killed me, but they still had to get me, together and get everything going. Yeah. And so they thought I truly attempted, but it wasn't an attempt. It was actually a mistake.
Okay.
So we got everything done and went through all of the what they call the counseling and everything about it, so that they could be sure that that's what it was. Yeah. So it was a scary situation, but I have some friends who actually, I had a friend I went to school with. I found that he had committed suicide. He self-inflicted gun wound to the head.
Oh my God.
And this was just out of just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he caught a lot of heck from a lot of things going on. But he ended up killing himself, and I was like, I didn't really know that that's what. Truthfully, I was like, that's not something that we do.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. So we have, on many occasions, that we have done it. So the thing is, a lot of people go through the problems like through.
Thank you for calling Auto Warranty Services. To opt out.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. It was like some people commit suicide over bullying in school. So we we as adults
Yeah.
must watch our kids
Yes.
carefully,
Yes.
especially if
And
they're being
that's-
bullied.
Yeah, and that
Because
that
things
was my
happen.
issue. That was my
Right.
issue growing up. I was like, what's wrong with me? You know, is it because I'm short, I'm not growing, or you don't like me because of my, you know, the way I look? What was it that you didn't like about me that, you know,
Right.
that would make me feel like I was afraid?
Kind of
and-
make people feel
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
about themselves.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Also, I forgot to mention you guys. Also, join into the conversation. Don't hesitate to call in.
Right.
302-312-3534. Please call in. Let us know what you've been through, or you know someone who is going through such as that. So and even when I was a teenager, you know, going through life and everything like that, I was still in that state of mind. My mind was still
Right.
like that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And even when I got older, I was still, you know, like shut in.
Right.
I want to do something to myself. I want to take pills and stuff like that.
Mm.
But like I said, you know, I was like, you can't do this. You know, there's people who need you.
Right.
Stop being, you know, stop thinking about yourself.
That's
Basically,
true.
that's what you're doing. You're thinking about yourself and nobody else.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I understand that you go through things, you know, and as myself, you go through things and you know, you just take it one day at a time and you get through it and you talk to people, you go to doctors or what have you, and they help you along with that, you know. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is real life stuff, real life stuff. But you know, I was in a state hospital, you know, and they kept me there,
Right.
you know, and shoot me up, you know, calm down, you know. But you know, I got through that, you know what I mean. And
Right.
and when I got out of there, you know, it's not a pretty picture either, because I had to have somebody sign for me and say that I'm going to be okay when I got out. They wouldn't
Right.
just let me out of there
Exactly.
with no
Yeah.
problem. You know what I mean? So I had an issue with that, but
Right.
you know, so I'm glad that I got through this, you know, and so I'm here.
Yeah, it's actually one
Yeah.
of those real strong
Yeah.
things, because
Yeah.
it's like when I was in there and they
Yeah.
had locked me away for a week. They
Yeah.
locked me away for a week. The counselors came and talked to me and everything else, and then when it was time for me to do another counseling, they was like, "I understand that you're an actor. Are you playing to get out of here? Like, are you?" I'm like, "No. I'm very serious.
Right.
It wasn't done purposely. It was
Right.
actually a mistake.
Right.
I overdid my medication, and this is what happened." They said, "Well, they said in your papers that you took your mom's med." I said, "No."
It wasn't
No,
intentional.
no.
Right.
It was my mom's medication was that I was reading so I could give to my mom.
Right.
It was my medication that I took, nothing
Right.
of my mom. So
Right.
they was like, "Oh, okay. So you never." So the bottle was empty. I said, "Yeah, the bottle was already empty because I'm calling in her prescriptions."
Right.
They're like, "Oh, okay. So it was a mistake." I said, "Totally mistake."
Right.
I said, "That's why it just took me down."
Right.
So yeah, I had a big run in with it for a good second. Then everybody was like, "Yeah, I heard you try to kill." No, I didn't try to kill myself.
Right.
I said it was actually done by mistake. I said, but you have a lot of people out here who sit there and they think,
Yeah.
they could do better without me being here. They don't need me.
That was my frame of mind.
Why am I going through so much? I mean, I've seen females go through a lot with their men put their through, or their significant others put them through, to the point where they like, well, since I can't leave them and stuff go right, I'm going to go and just leave everybody and try to
Right.
do themselves.
Yeah.
And I've seen people like even alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
Some people who get alcohol poisoning don't want to look at as them being down
Yeah.
from alcohol poisoning, and will continue to drink,
Yeah.
knowing that it's slowly
Yeah.
killing them,
Yeah.
and they will not stop.
Yeah. And
So it's another one.
You know what Crystal and I was talking about this, and it's called silent suicide.
Yeah.
It's called silent suicide, where you're killing yourself and you know what you're doing already to
Mm. Right.
yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's terrible, you know, and you know, it's really, really awful thing, you know, to want to do that to yourself, knowing the repercussions of that, you know.
Yeah. And like you said, it is a selfish act. You don't realize how many people truly love
Yeah.
you and
Yeah.
truly want to be
Yeah.
there for you
Yeah.
and be there with you.
So true.
And they're not playing with it, like
Yeah.
saying that they just want to be there just because they want to take something from
Exactly.
you. They're actually there because they want to be there for
Yeah.
you. And you don't realize it
Right.
until sometimes it gets almost too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost
So
way too
true.
late. So, yeah.
true. Yeah.
So a lot of us out here don't realize how the mind just can take you to an area that's completely far away from where you want to be, and how you need to be able to take it.
Yeah.
I said some people don't know what triggers certain people attitude and things that's going on.
Yeah.
So when you have these people that can't seem to get their lives in order,
Right.
and you see the frustration, you see the upsetness, you see all the anger, you see everything in there, and you're not trying to really help them.
Exactly.
Sometimes that can lead to it, and you come back the next day. Oh yeah, they found them. You know, they found her, and it was like,
Like,
and I was
why?
just there with them.
Yeah. And
Why
then-
didn't they talk?
Exactly,
You know?
and that's the thing. You know, some of us are afraid to talk to people or
Exactly.
somebody. You know, you always trying to confide in somebody, and you want to have trust. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because sometimes when you have that conversation with somebody, you know, you want them to you want to keep that to yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because they're trusting you with their with their issue and what
Right.
have you. They don't want you going around
That is true.
talking about it, you
Right.
know. But it's a sad thing that we all go through. You know, the mental thing. It tends to, like you said, it tends to make. It has a travel thing going
Right.
on. You know what I mean? And I just want to say, those who are tuning in, I want to say thank you very much. And you need to share this tonight. Really share this. And that's Nina up top there. She stated.
Is that Nina?
She said, "Oh wow, I have a few family members that took that road, and it
Oh.
hurts.
Wow.
You cry and you don't know what to do, and that's so true. That's so true. That's
Yeah.
so true. Yeah.
They need to hear that story. If you're able to share with us tonight, please make sure you call in,
Yeah.
because some people may not be affected, but some people may be affected, just like you are. So
Yes.
if there's a way that you can help someone by how you cope with it, please call in. What's that? Robert said.
My brother.
Oh, that's your brother. Okay. Hi, all. How is everything, everyone? I think we say I'm at work calling. See,
So crazy. Okay, you tell us all that. Okay, yeah, but yeah. So we appreciate everybody, tuning in tonight, and like we both stated that please don't hesitate to call in tonight. This is a really important topic tonight. 302-312-3534. And Nina also stated, and when you add mental health issues on top of that, it could be fatal. So true.
Yes, that is true.
So true. To where you're taking it out on everybody.
Everybody.
Whatever's going on with you, because, I believe I stated to somebody about that. They could turn around and take it out on you.
And that's exactly what they do.
It's no game here. It's not a game. Suicide is true, real life stuff. So
I think the thing of taking it out on someone is more so like, don't you see that I'm hurting? Don't
Yeah.
you see that I'm
Yeah.
upset?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
Why that? Why?
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
want to go in and just go into their room and leave them alone.
Yeah.
No, don't,
Yeah, exactly.
listen out.
Exactly.
Listen out,
Yeah.
because those are signs.
Man, listen. And Smack stated, with this pandemic, I'm sure a lot of
Yes.
people are going through possibility attempting suicide. Yes. And
figure
just
out.
trying to figure out how to talk and care for their families. So true. Hi, Esther.
Right.
Welcome. So true.
Yeah, because this pandemic put a lot of people, especially
So much
those
strain.
who making money. Oh my goodness, those who businesses had to shut down for good.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it was a lot of attempts
So much.
because
So much.
it's too much. It's way too much.
It is.
It is a lot of people who lost their jobs,
Yes.
lost control of taking care of their families,
Yes.
lost their homes,
Yeah.
lost cars, lost.
Yes.
And there, and where I work at, there was a gentleman who came in the building, and he was like so wasted and so angry, and luckily nothing happened to him, but he was really going off in the lobby area of this building because his job, his boss had 50 stores or 50 locations, and he had to shut down almost all of them.
Wow.
So you're looking at a lot of people losing their jobs, losing their employment, losing everything that they can possibly have, and thinking that they won't go back to work soon, and they may not. So things happen, and people go off.
So true. And also, our special guest is not able to make it, as I stated. And she left us with a little poem, so we're going to read this from Mosette the poet. The healing hands of God. God understands the pain and suffering of all of us. In our honor of sickness and diseases, many of us are affected by too many hard men. What's this here? I can't hardly see it. Hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, I'm going to read this again. Can you see that? God understands the pain and suffering of all of us in our hour of sickness and diseases. Many of us are affected by the alignments too hard for man himself to comprehend. And we go through treatments that our bodies often depend. Treatments such as radiation, chemotherapy, medicines, long days and nights and pain with many fears. We all wish God was near to restore our souls. Our bodies react differently. Loss of hair, weight, our joy for life starts to, despite. But I say unto you, don't feel shame. Don't feel blue. God will help you once again with courage and strength so your hopes and dreams can live again. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mosette the poet. That was beautiful. And she says she sends her love and prayers and all. So thank you so much for that. That was beautiful. And also, Pierre stated, some people don't actually kill themselves. They will put themselves in situations for someone else to kill them.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Particularly the
cops.
Right.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
There is this thing called suicide by cops.
Oh, my gosh.
It is true.
Yeah.
They have, they'll go out there, fake guns, lunge at the cop, do something just so the cops can shoot them.
Kill them. Yes.
So,
yes. Oh, my God. That just made me chill.
And then it's like, you don't know, the family don't know what to do next because they can't exactly sue the cops.
Right.
They're going to lose you. And then there's just, everything's just like in a disarray.
Chaos.
You cannot change that. You can't go away from it.
Yeah.
That's something that I've seen like many news footages about people doing death by cops, suicide by cops.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is the one reason why that now they don't know for sure of what was going on with Black and the cops doing things to them because they trying to figure out what was going on. Did he mean to do that? Did he try to do it so the cops can kill him? Whatever. And that's what the cops run to at times, that they want to say that the person tried to do that, but it's not.
Let's read this last one. Can you read that for me?
If I could change up if I could charge up my phone, I would call about my girlfriend because she isn't herself anymore. Yes, if you can do that.
That would be wonderful.
And also try to get your girlfriend to understand. I mean
charge her phone and call in.
Yeah, get her to charge. Yeah, try to get her to call in as well.
We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear from you. You know, as I said earlier, share this tonight. Please share it. Somebody needs to hear this.
Yes.
You know, you're not alone. You know,
definitely not alone. I mean, there's like I said, I've talked about my journey a little bit where there has been situations.
She's in bed right now.
She's in bed.
Okay.
Well, if you can, charge up your phone and call in because we would love to hear.
Yeah.
Call and let it out. Let us know.
Well, if we miss you this time, believe me, Tobocious, she would do a part 2.
Right. So it's like the thing is, you have a lot of people a lot of girlfriends, that if you have a friend alone, that you see the difference in them and things that are happening, just as much as you can be there for them because a lot of times they don't know. Yeah. People who commit suicide sometimes don't even know that they are about to do it. and that is sad and scary.
Yes, yes.
They don't. Some of them don't make plans.
Exactly.
It's just,
Yeah.
I can't do it no more. I'm done,
Exactly.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Jesus says, even if you thought about suicide, call in. Yes.
Exactly. So
Even
true,
if you
so
thought
true.
about it, call
So
in.
true.
Definitely call in.
302-312-3534. You know, we need to talk about this situation. It's
Right.
Every day, every minute
Yeah, it is. That's true.
situation. Somebody's going through this, you know. And I remember a lady was holding me so tight to calm, to like calm me,
Right.
and I was like, just let go of me. I just wanted to just go.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt at that moment.
Right.
And then it feels good to have somebody hold you for a second just to get your mind back to, try to calm you at least, and like you did for me when I was going through my stuff.
yeah.
And I appreciate that because you got me through it.
Okay.
You and Crystal and Peach and Plug. So I appreciate that because I was in a place that I didn't want to be. So, so you have to do that. And Tobocious is liver than ever now, you know what I mean? So you better watch out. But I'm here, you know what I mean? Because I've been where you are. So don't do that. It's not worth it. You're going to leave your family behind. And then you're going to leave them with the stress. Because they're going to be stressed out behind it because they're going to be saying, why? Because you could have came to me, you could have talked to me.
Right.
Or anything. So please do that, it's really important, and just talk to somebody if you can. Somebody that you trust, who is willing to listen to you. Even if you got to go out for lunch, go outside for a minute, go meet them. Go have lunch with them. Talk to them. You know what I mean? Let them know how you're feeling that day. Because you never know. Somebody could turn your life around.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you because I know. So please do that. So,
Definitely.
yeah. And somebody said something at the bottom.
She was saying for the young lady to please, yes, call in. Yes, please call in. This is a really strong subject and a really strong situation. We actually, a lot of us have had those thoughts, but won't speak on it. A lot of us may have made the attempt, but won't speak on it. I've known like a best friend of mine. I would rather for him to tell it, but I've had a best friend of mine who attempted as well. And we have a caller.
Okay, bring him through. Okay, is it right? Okay,
Is
is
it?
it on?
Good evening. Excuse me. Welcome to Let It Out. You on with Raphael and Tobocious.
Oh, hi. How are you doing? We can't really hear you. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
Okay, and who am I speaking with? Welcome, Ryan.
My name is Asher,
Okay.
or Ryan on the thing.
Okay.
Yes.
So, my girlfriend, she used to be a happy person when I first met her.
Okay.
And then she would start talking about that her parents weren't being very nice to her.
Okay.
And they would call her names and swear at her.
Mm-hmm.
And she started losing friends at school.
Mm.
And then the thing that horrified me is when she would talk about that she didn't want to be in the world anymore
Mm-hmm.
because it was such a bad place.
Right.
And
Oh my God.
she would talk about that sometimes, and I would try to say, no, you're beautiful just the way you are. Don't
Exactly.
listen to me.
Okay. Good.
And then I get scared every
Right.
night. I have nightmares, and that's why I don't sleep.
Oh
I'm
my
scared
God.
one day she won't pick up the phone.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys gotta.
She's so important to me. I
Oh.
actually almost committed suicide because she scared the living daylights out of me when she wouldn't answer for almost 2 days.
Oh my God.
Because
That's.
she's practically the light in my life.
Right. So
Have-
And
so how old are you?
I know it's kind of odd to have a love interest at this age, but I'm in 6th grade.
That's all right. No, that's still.
Look, the important part is that you're calling and you're talking about the situation at hand that needs to be talked about. That's the important thing. That's why I'm happy that you did take the time to call in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Antoinette.
Okay. Antoinette. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it just worries me whenever she gets sad. It's
Yeah.
scary. She won't pick up the phone or call me again.
Mm-hmm. Now, what you need to do is
Her parents don't let me
okay.
because it's not a straight relationship.
Okay. That's okay.
Yes.
And they once tried to, like, make an entire thing where it would be like Antoinette got hurt or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I always tell her, if someone ever talks to you or hurts you like that again, you need to call somebody
Yes.
and get away from it.
So
Yes.
true.
But
So
she
true.
can't 'cause she's too scared.
So true. Yes. Yeah. You know, what y'all need to do is call someone to help her. For help, make an appointment somewhere or what have you. Take her to the hospital if you have to. If you feel as though it's so bad, you know what I mean. Do that because it's really important because you don't want to, you know what I mean. And then it's stressing you out as well, and those who are around her. Everybody's suffering here. It's not just her. It's everybody.
I know.
So,
I know.
I'm glad you did that, that you called in here because it's really important that you were willing to let it out and not hold that in.
And Orion, that's real great that you that you actually are there for them.
Exactly.
And make sure that you that you're able to still be that friend for
Exactly.
them. Be sure that you look out for them. And she needs
You need to get that help. Get that help.
Herself anymore.
Yeah.
If you can help her to, or convince her to, because some people don't
Want to. Yeah.
help get her the help that she needs.
Exactly.
I mean, there was another reason why she said she didn't want to be in the world anymore.
Right. Give her that reason
Like,
that she will want to
her
live.
family, like her dad has this friend.
Right.
They're-
Yeah.
It's kind of considered as her uncle.
Right.
Her uncle touches her in ways I cannot say.
Oh. Yeah.
And she told me about that. I said, why don't you just call the police?
Right.
It's all. But she said, but what if they don't believe me?
Right.
That's that fear.
Yeah, exactly.
That is definitely
Yes,
that fear.
exactly.
And
exactly.
they go through that because if they're being sexually abused, they will tend to be scared because they think that if the person is threatening them and telling them that if they tell anybody, nobody will like them, stuff like that, and it will work on that. It will make
Their
them
self-esteem.
Scared. Yeah, it will make them scared to reach out for the help.
Yeah.
That's when that attempt of suicide and stuff will set in.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're doing a great job by being her friend and making sure that you're there to get everything
Well,
going.
Yeah.
We live far away from each other. She's like
You can
overseas.
still, I mean, you
And
can
I'm
still.
scared that since I'm not there, I won't be able to save her when she can't pick up the phone. And something's happening to her, and it just scares me.
Listen, sweetie, you need to
I'm scared I won't
look.
be able to be there.
I'm gonna tell you something, okay? When she doesn't answer her phone, you react on that, okay? React on that. If you have to, call someone in her family. Call somebody who, 911, whatever you have to do. Call somebody, get the help that she needs, mental health, whatever. You know what I mean? Somebody will be right there. All you're doing is you're making the first step, okay? Right. You're stepping out there and making the phone call and making something happen to help her. So that's the important thing. So I'm glad that you called in because some people are not there for you. Some people aren't there, when you need somebody to call on. So I'm glad that you are there for her. Okay? So keep acting out on that, okay? Don't stop what you're doing because you're doing a wonderful thing.
Right.
Because everybody doesn't have that. Okay?
I know.
Okay.
So, and Orion, look, do you
Thank you for picking up my call.
Sure.
Before you hang up, this is what I want you to know. If you can, try to get some responsible adults to help, as well as you can call a helpline at 1-800-273 82.
273.
No, 8255.
Hey, could you mind repeating that number?
Yeah. 1-800.
1-800.
273.
273.
8255.
8255.
Yes.
Be sure that you have her reach out, and y'all can reach out together. As a matter of fact, when y'all do call, make sure y'all together so that the people can see that she does have support.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for answering my call.
Sure, no problem.
You can call that number 24/7 whenever y'all ready to talk to him.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna hang up now.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you
Bye.
for calling. Let it out. Bye bye. Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah, and
Keep that up.
it doesn't matter how old you are.
Exactly. You see how young this young lady is, and she called in.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna always wanna look out.
That tells you a lot, right? That tells you a lot. So this thing is really, really serious out here.
Right.
You know, but we're gonna do this video real quick. We're gonna take a break, and we're gonna go to the video by Wreck the Word Smith. Perfectly Imperfect. We'll be right back.
So many times in my life, chose to do wrong when I should have done right. Knew that I wouldn't, said that I might. Losing my grip when I should have held tight. Should have done what I was supposed to, not what I like. Taking time for granted, thinking it was alright. Slipping through my days just to waste my nights. Chose to be blind when I had clear sight. Yes, I messed up, and I will fess up. Cause my mistakes have brought me to who I am. Yeah, and they might shake me, but they won't break me. Cause I don't keep old regrets, just make new plans. No, I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it. I promise this much is true. Yes, I make mistakes, look at the shit that I've been through. But life don't come with a guide to show you what to do. You just gotta try to live right and do what works for you. I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it. I promise this much is true. Yes, I make mistakes, look at the things that I've been through. But life don't come with a guide to show you what to do. You just gotta try to live right and do what works for you. A few times I can count family and friends so low to the ground. Could've picked them up, let them stay down. Just cause it was easier than lugging them around. Chose to be selfish, that is selfless. Chose my own peace instead of everybody's stress. Ignoring the more, settle for the less. Not my finest moment, I was not at my best. Nobody's perfect, but being worth it is being real, accept responsibilities. Mistakes are chances and second glances to make sure that's the person that you wanna be. No, I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it. I promise this much is true. Yes, I make mistakes, look at the shit that I've been through. But life don't come with a guide to show you what to do. You just gotta try to live right and do what works for you. I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it. I promise this much is true. Yes, I make mistakes, look at the things that I've been through. But life don't come with a guide to show
All right.
Good evening, good evening.
Welcome to Let It Out. As those who don't know what the topic is tonight, it's about suicide. So we had to get ourselves together, so we took a moment. But we're back, and this is a serious topic because it actually hit home.
Very much.
So this is something that's real. So and I appreciate the caller that called in, Ryan.
Orion.
Orion, I feel you. I'm there with you, even though I'm not there with you, but I feel what you're going through at this point in time. So if you guys want to call in and join in on the conversation, you may. The telephone number is 302-312-3534. And please share this tonight. Please share this tonight because somebody may be going through it. Suicidal thoughts or what have you.
No story is crazy. Trust me,
exactly.
we understand. We have another
somebody's
call.
calling in. Welcome to Let It Out. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Smack.
Hey, Smack,
Hey,
how you?
Smack, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I had to call in.
Okay. What's up? What's going on? Well, let it out.
So, I just wanted to talk about my moment. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
I just want to talk about my first suicide moment first. Well, I've had a couple,
Okay.
but I'm going to talk to you about my first one. I was in hearing Orion call in, young caller, what made
Yes.
me call in. Definitely sending some prayers out to that young man. He's so young, but I can relate. So, when I was in junior high, I was in 8th grade to be exact. I had a situation where I just felt out of place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I started doing a bunch of crazy things.
Right.
First thing I was doing was shaving off my eyebrows.
Oh my gosh.
Then I started writing letters to my friends because I felt like I wasn't being accepted by people of my color.
Right.
Okay, so I played a lot of sports,
Right.
and I played a lot of jock sports like field hockey, softball.
Right.
Predominantly Caucasian people play it. So people in my neighborhood would say I'm trying to be white. Most of the people I hung with were Caucasian people, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wasn't being accepted by my peers, and it put a lot of strain on me.
You're right.
So I remember writing a letter, and then I was also upset because my mom could never make it to any of my games. You feel what I'm saying? And I had to try and figure out, I didn't have really no support coming to support me at the things that I love.
Right.
So my mom was a single mom, working several jobs. My dad could never come because he was a teacher and also a coach of sports.
Right.
So I started feeling like nobody loved me. I just felt like, yo, why am I so different?
Right.
Why I'm even here? I'm not getting that love.
Exactly.
And I didn't really have anyone to talk to.
Right.
So I wrote 3 of my friends a letter just telling them, you ain't see me in school tomorrow. You know what I mean? Everything is okay. I just want to let y'all know that I love y'all.
Right.
I enjoy playing sports, da-da-da-da. So one of my friends, her dad was a counselor
Right.
at the school I went to. I'll never forget it, Mr. Junta.
Okay.
And what he did, he reached out to my mom. And my mom had to come to school. And that was the first time I really felt love from my mom because I hardly got to see my mom because I had to grow up
Right.
and, take care of my family because my mom worked 3 jobs. But the passion and the love that was shown, I was really going to take a bottle of pills that were my mom's to take myself out.
Wow.
My God. My
Yeah, they
God.
wouldn't let me get on the bus that day, but that was just the one at a time.
Yes.
So it's good to have, usually people who are contemplating suicide,
Yes.
some of them, they reach out to people. Most of the time they want to reach out to those people who are close to them
Yes.
to say their last goodbyes. And if that person isn't equipped to catch on like, yo, this is different, or hey, there's something going on here. Yo, I need to take this higher. You know, I think, you know, if people aren't educated enough to tell those small signs
Yes.
that are like that, a goodbye letter,
Yes.
or just irradical behavior, that's not right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even in households with brothers and sisters.
Yes.
If you know your brother usually don't let you come in his room and play on his game, and then all of a sudden he's letting you do it.
Yeah.
You got to look at all of those behaviors.
Something's not right.
Something
Yeah.
changing, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
share that something isn't right. You know what I
Right.
mean? The whole family has to be in tune.
Exactly.
And, you know, me, the last situation I had like that was back in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah. This is when I found out that I had anxiety, clinical depression. And I was like, how can me, somebody as strong as me, have all this?
Yeah.
Well, at that age, 2004, wasn't that long ago,
Right.
I decided to get in. I decided to go to the bus station. Mind you, I had a car.
Right.
I took a bus as far as it would go, a trailways bus. And I took it as far as it could go, and I ended up at a place called Enfield, Connecticut.
Lord.
I was in that hotel, for like 4 days. If it was not for me calling my doctor,
Right.
because I finally, depression is real. I just felt like not being here no more.
Yeah.
I called my doctor and was like, yo, I need a therapist. I need something. I need help. Where are you? I'm in Connecticut.
Right.
I was like, he's like, I got who you know, because an emergency situation like that,
Yes.
you know, I felt like not being here anymore. I'm keeping it real.
Right.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do you remember exactly what led to you taking that long bus ride? Like, what triggered it? Do you know?
I think what triggered it was I felt like there was a saying my mom used to say to me all the time, and you know, parents say things to get a arousal out of you to get you to act right.
Right.
My mom used to say, you ain't gonna amount to nothing.
Wow, yeah.
And that's how I felt.
Right.
Everything was happening. Kept injuring myself. Kept getting sick. I'm like, what's going on? Relationships not working for me. And here I am giving my all.
Yes.
Just felt like I was being used by people. And what triggered it, it was just so many things happening at one time. And then when your cup is full, you can't keep stacking more stuff onto it.
Exactly.
It starts to overflow. And overflow into your heart. And that's hard. For one person to deal with it, and then you adapting or changing your life for these relationships you in. Sometimes they like your friends, sometimes they don't.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't explain it, but for me, my cup just overflew.
Right. I got you.
Yes.
And I was just like, yo, what's the point of being here?
Right.
Everybody doing their thing. Nobody loves me. That's how I felt.
Yes.
But,
and how are you?
I must say, in this new day and age, I feel differently about myself. I love me.
That's good.
I didn't love me.
Yes, and I was going to ask you that. How you doing now? Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that.
I want to thank y'all for letting me share that.
Sure. No problem.
And I encourage anyone who may be going through something or feeling that kind of way. I'm talking to you people who are tuned in and listening.
Yes.
Or maybe you got a friend that is going through something, maybe contemplating suicide.
Yes.
Encourage them to call into the show.
Right.
Or you also have that 800 number
Yes.
that Raphael just read off. Very good number to have and to post up for anyone going through, because we don't need family members. People are just, we're in a pandemic. People going through things. They don't know how to handle it.
Yes.
Some of them just want to take their life so they don't have to deal with it.
Exactly.
Because it's too much. They never been in that type of situation.
Right.
All right, I appreciate y'all letting me get my story.
Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Thank you for letting it out.
No problem.
Oh man, I hope you guys are listening to these calls because they're very, very.
Very strong and important.
Oh my God.
And for those who have just tuned in,
Yes.
the 800 number that she was referring to is 1-800
Yes.
273
Yes.
8255. That's 1-800-273 8255.
Yes.
And like my wife said to on here, she said, I think people are afraid to talk because a lot of people are so judgmental. That is true.
That's
Also,
so true. That's so
some
true.
people get afraid to let it out or say anything
Yes.
to anybody because they want to see if someone judged them wrong or whatever the case may be. That's how that runs, and it does, and it is very, very scary because that pushes that person into a box where they think that they can't get out of.
Right.
They can't talk to no one.
Yes,
They can't
yes.
say nothing that's going to help them. When in fact they really are people out there that will help you.
So true.
So please be sure that if you find anyone that needs help, make sure you help them as best as you can and offer this number 1-800-273-8255. 24 hours a day. It is a suicide line for anyone who would need to talk.
Exactly. And, my way of getting away from everybody, I used to fly a lot. That was my way of escaping anything. I would love to jump a plane, a bus. They'd be like, well, where are you going now? Or I'm going on a bus to Mississippi and Florida. That was my escape, because I felt at ease when I left.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was surrounded by other people. I was in another area, I was in another destination where, I felt at ease, like listening to water.
Right.
I just wanted to get on a plane, and that was my ease, and my ease also is number one in my life is my music. So when I do music, that is my escape.
Yeah.
I don't have those thoughts anymore. So I'm so happy about that.
That's
With me doing my music and me doing my acting and stuff like that. So I feel good when I keep myself busy.
That is
now
true.
I'm not going to tell you that my life is perfect because it's not. Just because you see the video, that don't mean anything. You know what I mean? Because I am still human.
Yes.
I'm still human, but I have my days. But I don't want to take my life, so y'all don't have to call the 1-800 number on me. Okay.
Okay.
But I feel good when I'm doing music. I feel good when I'm doing my script. I feel good when I'm spending time with my daughter, with my son, when I talk to my kids on video, and when I'm at rehearsal and I'm doing things that I love doing.
Right.
Like this weekend I spent time with my family. And that was beautiful to me, spending time with my granddaughters and talking to my oldest daughter, Michelle, and my granddaughters who are in Hawaii and stuff like that. So I'm happy that I get to talk to them, because when I'm feeling bad, all I need to do is look at them.
Right.
And that makes me want to live,
That's great.
that makes me want to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, if you feel that way and you feel like doing something to yourself, it's not worth it. I'm telling you. Get the help that you need. Please don't do that to yourself, because like I said earlier, it's selfish. It's selfish. And we need to do better with ourselves, within ourselves. We need help. And some people are afraid to say, I need
Help. Yes.
They're afraid to say that word.
Yes.
I need help.
Mm-hmm.
And we need help. And we need to say that. Don't be afraid to say that. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to make a call, because you need it. Okay? So please do that. Please do that, because, you're needed here. There's a purpose. In
Always a purpose.
in all our lives, we have a
purpose. I have mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's to be here for you.
Yes.
Mine is to be here for you. Let It Out show. I called Smack one day and I said, I got an idea. I need to do this show. She said, really? Man, that's off the hook. We need to do that. Let me reach out
Right.
and see how we can do this, how we can work this out. And she made it happen. That's why I'm here for you.
Mm.
I'm here in other ways as well. And I'm here for myself because this makes me feel good that I'm doing something for someone.
Yes.
And I'm doing something for everybody and you and myself. And I got my right hand on it over here with me, Raphael Jones, who is like a brother to me, who when I was going through my depression and things like that,
right.
He helped me through. Smack, Plug, those who were there for me, you helped me through that.
Mm.
So I appreciate you and I love you. So just know that. But if you feel as though you need to call in, please don't hesitate to do that. 302-312-3534. This is a serious topic.
This is a very.
That's why it's called Let It Out.
This is a very serious topic. We have these situations.
Yes.
We all have situations, and like the Bosha said, the Most High brought you here for a purpose.
Yeah.
Live out your purpose. Don't take it away from Him.
Yes.
Go ahead, live that life. Push as much as you can. If you still need help, there's always 24-hour hotline, lifeline, as you can see on our page, which is 800-273-8255, 24 hours a day. If you ever need help.
Yeah.
This subject is really, really strong, and a lot of us don't realize how much or how many of us are going through it.
And we're affected by it. Yeah.
Affected and affected, which means your family members hurt when you're gone.
Exactly.
So they are affected. So the difference between infected and affected, if you're doing it and it's killing you, you're infected.
Yes.
Your family members who love you, who's going to miss you,
They're
are
being
affected.
Yeah.
So you must be able to understand that they're losing you just like they're losing you just like you are losing the time that you have for your life. Mm-hmm. You must reach out.
Yes. And on that note, we need to be there for one another as a family, because someone in your family could be going through this issue as we speak, and we need this. We need this, oneness.
Mm-hmm.
We need this oneness is what I'm looking for. And it makes me feel good because I have people who support me. Sometimes people call me, I don't get up until 12 noon. They're like, you're still in bed? I'm like, yeah. But because I'm going to have a my moment, and sometimes when you call and you're just calling just to check up on me or you're just calling just period,
right?
That makes me feel, good too, and I have conversations with my Softer Than Butter. That's my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she calls, and we're on the phone half the night sometimes. My two sons, my Joseph and Stephen, and sometimes I talk to Michelle, my oldest daughter, and I talk to my my other son Will, So when everybody calls me and they have that one-on-one call with me, I feel good.
That's great.
So they take me from where my thought was, and they make it go somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're like, "What you doing?"
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? So that makes me feel good when I get those calls. And Crystal and you sending me texts. Sis, you okay over there? So that makes me feel really good inside. So like I said, I'm here for a purpose. I'm here, to completion
Right.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for completion. I'm here to leave I'm here to leave footprints. I'm here to leave, something behind that people can say, Tobosha did this, she did that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I want my family to be appreciative and happy for the things that I left behind. You know what I mean? That they can go back and look at and say, she did this. You know what I mean? And she reached out to people who needed her, and I still do the clothing for women who are in shelters. I still do that. Right. You know what I mean? And, I still do a little bit of things here and there. But, and just please just take the time out to call that number up there.
Yes.
Don't hesitate to wait. You know what I mean? Because it's important for all of us. If we need somebody is there. If you're spiritual, reach out to your spiritual guide, whoever that is. You know what I mean? Just be able to have that. You feel that?
Right.
You feel that I just did? Did you hear what I just did? Yeah. Let's do that. You got to do that sometimes. You got to inhale, exhale for that moment and just like sit back for a minute. And just take everything in and just like breathe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything is not all about you. You know what I mean? Because when you take your life, you're hurting everybody else. Okay? You're hurting everybody else. And, yeah.
But before we sign off for tonight, remember the hotline number is 800 273-8255. And on our upper note, now we're going to have to liven this up for us a quick second. Check out Tobosha's featuring Big Tony, That Beat. This is awesome, man. You got to check this out. You can pick it up on iTunes and
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. So make sure you check out her new single. Yes. That Beat is awesome.
Yes, and it's going to be on Sirius XM very, very soon, and I will keep you all updated on that. Also, I'm doing some other things, and I will keep you updated about that. You just have to wait, but I'm going to let you know. So, also, I also have tickets available for the program that I will be doing this Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Stop the violence.
Violence. So
I get to work with you.
I know, right? I have Raphael who's going to be there as well.
Yes.
Mosette the poet. And myself, Tobosha's Rochester. So please follow us on all platforms. Please do not forget. And Plug Studio Network. Man, listen. We're all over. Just look for us. We're all over the place. But I wanted to give you guys some update about next week. It's going to be Women of Wisdom.
Women of Wisdom.
Please tune in. These are 3 beautiful women who will be either present or on the phone with us. So you guys continue to be safe, all that good stuff, and we will see you next week. Peace.
I'm up against the fight of my life. I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me to let it out. I refuse to run and hide. I must let it out. I refuse to run and hide. All the weight is lifted off my shoulders. I will not hold this in any longer. I know you thought